Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. Today in the anti-age, I have found what might be the most perfect dupe for the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And we're going to go through the ingredients on it and have a look and see what that is. But before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads. And if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's get to it and see what it is. Okay, I'm in business. I've got my glasses on. I am sorry if the light reflects off it. If I take these off, I can't read a thing. It's as simple as that. It's not as simple as getting contacts because I suffer from extreme dry eye. I also need toric lenses if that's the case. And I'm hopeless at putting them in, but more importantly, the dry eye, it is not recommended by optometrists for me to actually wear contacts. I have tried multiple times. I have gone and got my eyes checked multiple times to see if they've improved, but they have not. It means I have to put eye drops in my eyes every 10 minutes. Anywho, bear with me. I'm really sorry if you can hear my neighbour with his whippersnipper hedge trimmer. We'll just deal with it as we go. So the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Look, this is $104 for 50 mils at 104. Yeah, $104 for 50 mils at Mecca. 168 for 100 mils, and for 15 mils $42. So it's not exactly cheap. It is a double duty product in that you can use it as a moisturizing product or as a primer. Now this in itself can create a bit of confusion because at what point do you use your SPF? So looking up all of this, if you're using it as your moisturizer, obviously use that first, then use your sunscreen. If you're using it as a moisturizing primer, use your sunscreen first, then that. I would not be using this as my moisturizer unless I was getting it to do double duty and I was away on holidays, quite frankly, just because it's not quite hydrating enough to be wholly and solely a moisturizer. It is quite the legendary iconic product because it does really make your skin nice and juicy. I've got a small one here. I don't even remember getting this because I haven't bought the 50 ml for a long time. It is hydrating. I do love the scent of it. Like, it's a beautiful scent. It's got vitamins B, C and E in it, shea butter, geranium, grapefruit. Now recently, well, for the last couple of years we've had what's supposed to have been a dupe for it, and that's a Revolution Super Base Vitamin Base Primer. And a lot of people think that this has been a really good dupe for it. It feels similar. It doesn't have a scent to it, so if you don't like scent, that is a bonus. So the Revolution has 24 ingredients in it. The Bobbi Brown has 34, but interestingly, the Revolution has niacinamide in it, which Bobbi Brown doesn't. Out of those ingredients, there are only, I want to say, about 12 in common. So there's only about a third of the ingredients in common there. So whilst it was okay as an alternative, Revlon have recently bought out their Revlon Illuminance Moisturise and Prime Balm Primer with squalane and shea butter. It is smaller, it is 30 mils, so it's in between those sort of two sizes. Now this, as I said, moisturise and primer. It is a lot thicker than the Bobbi Brown. It's a more gelatinous product. It has more of a citrusy scent than the Bobbi Brown. So they're the first differences in it, but there are a lot of similarities and we're going to get to that. So the Revlon has 25 ingredients. Bobbi Brown has 34. Of those 25 ingredients, 17 are the same. And there are a couple that are very similar swap outs. So let's have a look at that. Oh my gosh, just had to take a little break trying to work around the neighbour who is literally revving his garden tools. So yeah, that's great. So okay, let's have a look at some of the ingredients. They both have water as the first ingredient. Bobbi Brown has water listed. Revlon has aqua, same thing. So the second ingredient in it for the Bobbi Brown is cyclopentasiloxane. Now that makes it easier to spread and it makes it dry down quite pleasantly. Second ingredient for the Revlon is dimethicone. So that's probably what gives it this firmer texture here. It's a thicker coating. It leaves a coating on the skin and it might make it a little bit harder to penetrate. So whereas the Bobbi Brown will dry down, this it'll just take a bit longer. Now I'm going to list some of the ingredients that are the same in both. So we have bis diglycerol polyacid latipate. Oh my God, I'm reading, so if I pronounce them wrong, I am really sorry. The benefit of it is for hydration. It is an emollient. It is a film forming agent. So it helps with the suspension of other products in it, and it helps to disperse over your skin. They both have glycerol stearate, which is a cleansing agent. It's an emulsifier. It's also emollient, so it's super hydrating. They both have butylene glycol, which is a humectant and a texture enhancer, so it makes it go on smoother. They both have cetyl alcohol, emollient, emulsifier, texture enhancer as well. Now, they have slightly different ingredient in the Bobbi Brown has PEG 40 stearate, the Revlon has PEG 100 stearate. Now, the difference in this, they are an emulsifier, a stabilizer. The difference in this is the molecular weight. So the 40 is a lower one, meaning it is more easily absorbed. The 100 is higher. It still works, still absorbs. What it does is it helps mix oil and water components together and faster. The 40 that is in the Bobbi Brown, it does feel lighter, so it makes that product feel a little bit lighter weight on the skin, whereas the 100 is a little bit heavier and thicker. Next up, they both have shea butter in it. They both have squalane in it. They both have glycerol stearate. All of these are emollients and emulsifiers. So the benefits in all of these products are that they are hydrating, they are anti-aging, and they are soothing. It does have sorbitan stearate in it, which is again a texture enhancer. So all of these are to make the product feel better on your skin. Sodium hyaluronate is an antioxidant and a humectant. They both have grapefruit peel oil in it. They both have a dimethicone cross polymer, so it's just a polymer. They both have acrylates in it, which is again a polymer and a texture enhancer. They both have panthenol in it. They both have tocopherol acetate in it. Did I say sorbitan stearate? So let's have a look at the benefits. All these ones. So there is, out of the 25 in the Revlon, 17 are in the Bobbi Brown, and then there's the 2 ingredients that are similar. So the cyclopentasiloxane versus dimethicone, and then the PEG 40 stearate versus the PEG 100 stearate. So let's have a look at what all of these ingredients are. So in there we have solvents. So they refer to all the liquid ingredients that are used to dissolve the other ingredients. So like powder products that are in their active compounds, and it allows them to be evenly distributed across the skin as opposed to that gritty and sticking to it. They just essentially act as a carrier to mix everything together. Then you have emollients. Now, there's a lot of emollients in this. Some of the emollient ingredients that we've got are the bisdiclacera. I can't even pronounce the technical names of them, but each of them, the ingredients act, there's probably a dozen of each of these. So there's emollients in it, so that's all about moisturization, it's soothing, it softens the skin. It's generally in all creams and lotions, to be honest. And what they do is protect your skin barrier. So really good for that. I'm assuming most of you know what a humectant is, but what that is something that attracts water to your skin, hair or nails. They can be natural or synthetic. What they do is hydrate the skin without making it feel heavy. How do they work? Well, they draw moisture from the air and draw it into the deeper layers of your skin. So it really works as a final. When you've put all your serums, etc. and that on, it will help draw it in, help prevent your skin from drying out. Also in there, a lot of these ingredients are antioxidants, and I've spoken about antioxidants before. They combat free radical damage to your skin, and they prevent premature aging by safeguarding the skin cells from oxidative stress, which is what causes fine lines and wrinkles. There are emulsifiers in there in the ingredients, so what they do is help mix ingredients that normally don't mix well. So oil and water ingredients, which there are both in there, it helps them mix well together and be absorbed into your skin. So emulsifiers are surface active ingredients. So what it means is it mixes together and allows them to be absorbed, and it creates a stable emulsion to stop things from separating. What do emollients do? It creates a smoother texture, enhances absorption, and it also really nourishes your skin. I've got absolutely nothing on my face today except my skincare, because I'm going to put these on in a second. I don't have any sunscreen on at the moment because I'm going to be doing multiple looks today. There's not a lot of point to do that because I'll be washing my face in between. Now, you hear a lot about texture enhancers. I've said this a few times. There is this ingredient acts as a texture enhancer. Don't confuse that with improving the texture on your skin. What a texture enhancer does is improve the texture of the product, so it creates a nicer sensory experience so that we're not feeling that grittiness, we're not feeling a slick oiliness, like it's a smooth, like that sensation of a really good lotion, a really good cream that's got texture enhancers in it to make it feel really decadent and lush and bougie. It's also got a few ingredients in there that are a pH stabilizer or adjuster, and essentially what that does is to help regulate the ideal acidic level on your skin, the pH level on your skin, by balancing the normal acid barrier in there. And then lastly, we have polymers in there. And what polymers do, they act as thickening agents, texture enhancers, stabilizers. They're like the workhorse, I guess, of all the ingredients. So it helps mix everything together, helps creates that overall enveloping experience by absorbing it into the skin, making it feel better, making it look better. It's a multifunctional ingredient that just affects the overall performance. So we've gone through some of that. Oh, I don't believe I've mentioned the price. The Bobbi Brown for 50 mils is $104. The Revlon full price for 30 mils is $34.95. I paid $20.96 on sale because you get it from a pharmacy. We do not pay full price. But at the full price rate, it equates to, I've broken it down to 10 mils so we can get a like for like pricing. At 10 mils, the Bobbi Brown is $20.80 for 10 mils, and the Revlon is $11.65. Bringing that just under half the price per 10 mils. However, as I said, I paid $21 for it. Looking at that, we're going to take that down to about $7 for 10 mils. Now, I'm just using the Revlon on this side. As I said, it has a beautiful citrus, has a really nice citrus scent to it. I really quite like citrus. So it's really quite thick and creamy. But it is working into the skin. As I said, it is thicker. than the Bobbi Brown, and that's because of the molecular weight of that PEG polymer in there. But it doesn't prevent it from doing its job. It doesn't make it, and it's also the dimethicone in it as opposed to the cyclopentasiloxane in it. And again, if I'm butchering the pronunciation of these, forgive me. Forgive me. I am a skincare enthusiast, not a professional, have not been to school for this. This is based on just doing research and user experience and using my eyeballs to read. So, but it is super hydrating. I'm just going to let that sit there for a minute. Cleaning off my fingers and going in. Like I said, I've only got a small one of the Bobbi Brown because I am not paying $104 nowadays for the pricing. So this is definitely, actually now that I'm using it, the scent is different. It's more floral as opposed to citrus. It is slightly and only slightly more watery on it. It is hydrating, the same. But as I said, it is slightly more watery than this one. Than the Revlon. Than this one. I'm just going to let that one dry down as well. Okay, so I have given this a good 5 to 10 minutes to just dry down a bit. This feels, you can feel that it is a dimethicone in this, in that it has got a very slightly more silicone feel to it. But other than that, it does feel this, whilst this is dried down a bit more, it is super hydrating. This feels just a little bit, for want of a better word, I feel like there's a little bit more oils in this than in the Bobbi Brown side, than the Revlon side. Given that we use them as a primer, how do they look under foundation? I am literally just going to put on a bit of Maybelline Superstay and see how that goes. That is the 30 Hour Lumi Matte over it. You don't need to see this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and as you can see, I certainly did a lot more than just the foundation on my face. I did film another video. Also had the camera battery die, so have been out for lunch and done a few things while we're waiting for it to charge a bit, and I'm hoping it's enough. It's been about 3 hours since I popped away. So how does my skin feel underneath it? How's it performing? The makeup's sitting the same on both, and my skin feels exactly the same. Both sides feel really soft and plush and plump and hydrated. And the foundation is sitting perfectly on both. So that being said, with 34 ingredients in the Bobbi Brown and 27 in the Revlon, there are 17 the same. The ones that aren't the same are not really worth worrying about. So there's colours, there's a bit of fragrance, a bit of alcohol, some things like that that are in there. So where there is a fragrance, like one particular fragrance, there may be 4 in the Bobbi Brown. So my thoughts are, save yourself some money. This is probably the closest that you will get to the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base without it actually being that. I'll be really surprised if any other skincare primer type product comes out that is closer to it than the Revlon. I'm really enjoying this. I will be using this. I can justify buying this. It is currently, at the time of filming, you can pick it up for under $22 at Myers, at Priceline, and probably a couple of other places. I think I got mine from Chemist Warehouse. So it's been released and it is on sale at the moment. So go out and grab yourself it. Even if you've currently got the Bobbi Brown, so you can do the same thing and compare it on your face and see what I mean. Once it's soaked in and you've let it wear down and you've put your makeup on it, you'll see what I'm saying, that it performs the same. What does that mean? Two things. You're either going to save a bucket of money or you're going to have that bucket of money to spend on something else. Guess what I've done? Haven't saved it. But it means I'm not going to be buying the Bobbi Brown face base. This is really good, guys. This is really good. If you want to, it does have that luxe feeling as well. So personally, prefer the scent in the Revlon too. So do yourself a favour, go out and grab it and let me know what you think. So that is it. Until next time, my friends. Don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends to come along, subscribe, hang out. As you can see, every week will be a little bit different on the anti-age. So it's not going to be the same every time. It may be an ingredient, it may be a product, it may end up being a skincare range, a particular brand. If there's something you want to know about, forgiving the fact that my pronunciation is terrible, let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, take care. Bye.